Afinamai.
Ete atua afinamai. Ete atua afinamai. Ete atua afinamai. Ake ake tonue. Ake ake tonue.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Sharanam gacchami, Dhammam sharanam gacchami, Sangham sharanam gacchami, Buddham sharanam gacchami, Dhammam sharanam gacchami, Sangham sharanam gacchami, Buddham sharanam gacchami, Dhammam sharanam gacchami, Sangham sharanam gacchami.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Namo Ariyantanam, Om Namo Siddhanam, Om Namo Ayariyanam, Om Namo Uvajayanam, Om Namo Loye Savasahunam. Sattanam Vaheguru, Sattanam Vaheguru, Sattanam Vaheguru, Sattanam Vaheguru, Sattanam Vaheguru.
O Lord, take my love,
O Lord, take my love,
and let it flow in fullness of devotion to Thee.
and let it flow in fullness of devotion to Thee.
O Lord, take my hands,
O Lord, take my hands,
and let them work incessantly for Thee.
and let them work incessantly for Thee.
O Lord, take my soul,
O Lord, take my soul,
and let it be merged in one with Thee.
and let it be merged in one with Thee.
O Lord, take my mind and thoughts,
O Lord, take my mind and thoughts,
and let them be in tune with Thee.
and let them be in tune with Thee.
O Lord, take my everything,
O Lord, take my everything,
and let me be an instrument to work for Thee.
and let me be an instrument to work for Thee. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all the beings of all the worlds be happy. Om peace, peace, peace.
Dear friends, welcome to this wonderful occasion. We have many priests coming from different faith groups and also distinguished guests. Welcome to this church. My name is Alwis. I'm the minister of this church. On behalf of our interreligious friendship group, we warmly welcome you. And just to give you a little housekeeping, I think you must have already know this side. If you go out from the church to your left-hand side, you will see toilets and refreshment and drinks. Feel free to go and have your drink or something like that. And if you follow the program, you will understand. So we keep the time and we'll try to stick to the time. And also, very especially for the speakers, if you're given time, please stick to that. Before we start the program, I want you to spend 1 minute in silence, reflecting our own faith, our own tradition, our own spirituality. Please remain silent. Allow your mind and heart to connect with your faith, with your spirituality, with your traditions and cultures. Thank you. Let us remain silent. Thank you very much. As a tradition of New Zealand, I will invite a Maori leader, especially a Malay leader, Trinity and the group to do the karate. Now over to you. She's from Marae.
Oh
of faith here. If you go a little over time, before just 1 minute, I will show you this one, especially for the speakers. Right? Go over time. So we will show you, and please follow the time because it's a busy day. Most of them, sort of after work they're here. Please keep the time. Thank you. Now to you, Ravi.
Respected elders, brothers and sisters, a warm welcome to you this evening for our first informal interfaith friendship group meeting. I want to acknowledge the presence of Higher Tiny and in the group and the President of the AUCKLAND Interfaith Council, Rudra, and all the other faith leaders and members of the various faiths for attending this program. And also a special welcome to my brother, Dato Jagadeesan from Malaysia, who we will hear speak later. Our first speaker tonight, as I mentioned, is Rudra. And Rudra, I want to say a special thank you on behalf of the friendship group for your blessings for us to go ahead with this program and your support, and look forward to hearing your opening address.
Dato, Jagadeesan, selamat datang to my host and to distinguished co-panelists, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Thank you very much for the privilege of addressing you at this very significant meeting. Many of you will have heard of the 1893, I was there, World Parliament of Religions, perhaps the first global interfaith event, which took place in Chicago. One of the participants at that time stated, quote, "When the religious faiths of the world recognize each other as brothers, children of one Father, whom all profess to love and serve, then and not till then will the nations of the earth yield to the spirit of concord and learn war no more." End quote. I think these words are very appropriate today as we consider the topic, what is the role of faiths in creating national unity and a caring society? How can we achieve unity when we're all different, as individuals and culturally, religiously, etc.? Where is the oneness? Do we avoid or ignore difference? I believe that religions are there to bring out the best in people, to help guide us to be the best we can be, more loving, more understanding, more compassionate. Religion helps develop our conscience to distinguish right from wrong and to gain inner power to do what is right. Religion, the word meaning to relink or to rejoin, to rebind, is about the journey to reconnect us with our source. And in doing so, we can receive the elements of love and truth that help us be better people. When faiths work together, it allows us to acknowledge the difference, even explore difference, while also discovering the fundamental commonalities. The more that I work with people from different faiths, the more I discover the common threads that bind us, our humanity. We agree that we come from a common source of life and energy. For many of us, there is a loving Creator. We care about our families, our environment, our society. We have many of the same values and concerns. By getting to know people from other faiths, learning about what they believe and how they practice, we grow in understanding. The other becomes our brother when we look behind the external differences to find out what we share. We can then accept the differences, developing respect for one another. We can find ways to work together for the common good, thus helping achieve national unity. What about a caring society? The so-called golden rule, treat others as you would wish to be treated, is a refrain found in all of the world's great religious teachings. It is a virtue that all saints and holy men and women extol. It is what makes us honor certain people as truly great. The more deeply we probe our own faith's teachings, the more we are likely to see the centrality of developing compassion and love for humanity. So, when people of faith meet together, work together, share together, we can encourage each other in the quest for a more caring and compassionate society and begin to find ways to address our common problems. In conclusion, I'd like to say that the Auckland Interfaith Council, which I have the privilege of being involved with, has been going since 2002. And one of the very first people involved, someone who had the vision to see the need for this type of organization, was a Mrs. Mogi Nayagar, whom many of you will know from the Sathya organization. So I know that as a faith community, you are very much committed to interfaith relations and promoting harmony among faiths. I commend you for organizing tonight's event, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from our other speakers and our distinguished keynote speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruth, for the wonderful sharing. It's my great privilege now to invite Mother Tiny, as I always call her. The first time we met her was about 5 years ago, when my wife and I went to, we heard about them conducting Terry Omari lessons, and the way she looked into our eyes and embraced us, was the first time I experienced real love. She's an embodiment of love, and everybody who knows her knows that's what she stands for. So it's a great pleasure in asking Mother to come and say a few words on our theme for tonight, the role of faith in creating national unity and a caring society. Please.
Thank you. Asked to come and talk on my spirituality. You said 5 minutes. I would, wow, son, how long is our PowerPoint? She said 4 minutes. So we still have a minute. We did a PowerPoint, and this PowerPoint, before we start, I brought these palms to show you. This is a nudu. You'll hear the sound of the nudu. It's played by the nose. And you'll hear the sound on the PowerPoint. This is the puolo. You will hear this. When you ask about Māori spirituality, Māori's going to say to you, Te hanganga o te ao, God created the earth. So mai rangi rau ko papa, from rangi to papa, the whole creation is what Māori it still speaks of today. going to come from the four corners of the world. This is his bird, the Pigadaha. This bird stands for peace. There will be no wars if you come to this country. You will live in peace if you come here to live. If anyone declares war onto this country, they will pay for it. I know that our tupunas are here in Wairua. They're here with us now. Wairua is, okay, our bodies are 70% water. The rua is your connection to God. The mind is you for the atua, the memory. And from there, when the missionaries arrived in 1769, again, we knew that you had brought same beliefs and teachings as our Interfaith for centuries. And I want to acknowledge our fire here. First, her father was the Anglican minister at our Māori church on the way to Kawakawa. If you've ever been out to Kawakawa, this is his daughter. She is the mana whenua of this area of Ngaitai, the tribe of Ngaitai. Of course, my daughter here, Tiaroha. Tiaroha has worked with all our schools, and she's also doing other fire here. San and I have been together for many, many years. Her dad comes from Sri Lanka and her mother's English. She's just such a beautiful person that the teachers, not only the teachers at Howard College, but the students just adore her. And our other fire here, Karen, is another whanaunga from her people come from Maniapoto. And we were all at the marae in Howard here. We waited for 10 years for our marae to come back, so we can still serve this community and serve our children. It's the seeds that we plant. It's the children of this generation. It's not like race, colour, creed, calm. It's the love that you bring forth. And our children is our love. Tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Faria, and all you beautiful sisters. Thank you so much. Love having you. And for those of you who haven't visited Whanui, Matariki, next to Principal Lau, she was going to spend some time with us. Such a beautiful place. It gives me great pleasure now to invite Reverend Bruce Kelly to come and speak on behalf of the Christian faith.
When I saw in the program that I was sandwiched between two very good friends, I felt rather pleased in between Whaiataimi, Whaiatenapui, and my good friend Dr. Ali Baruni. Assalamu alaikum. I was a bit alarmed to see that the blurb I wrote for Christianity was much longer than everyone else's, so I shall be exceedingly brief. Jesus of Nazareth, whom the Christian community recognise as the Christ, the Messiah, the Anointed One, shows us most clearly the nature and the mind of God. And in Jesus' teaching, he used a quite unique teaching method, and that was the parable. A story, sometimes long, sometimes very short, which had another layer of meaning, and Jesus almost never explained it. He attributed to his listeners the intelligence to work it out for themselves, and 2,000 years later we're still working. I want to read one of his parables because really it says the Christian answer to the theme better than I could. When this comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25. when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate people one from another as a shepherd separates sheep from the goats. And he will put the sheep at his right hand and the goats at his left. Then the king will say to those at his right hand, "Come, you that are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me." And then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when was it that we saw you hungry and gave you food, or thirsty and gave you drink? And when was it that we saw you a stranger and welcomed you, and gave you clothing when you were naked?" And the king will answer them, "Truly I tell you, just as you did it to one of the least of these who are members of my family, you did it to me." Now, the interesting thing for me is that in that story there is nothing about getting belief and dogma and doctrine right. It's nothing about orthodoxy. It's all about orthopraxy, which is right behaviour. Caring for the hungry, for the thirsty, for the outsider, for the naked, for the sick and the imprisoned. It seems that's what it's all about. And so when we look at Jesus' earthly ministry, it was absolutely consistent with that story. He embodied his own message. And so from a Christian perspective, that's what I believe my life should consist of. And I'm pleased to say that in New Zealand, the Christian community and many other religious communities beside, but I'm here to speak from the Christian perspective, there is an immense investment in doing so many of those things, in chaplaincy and the setting up of hospices and hospitals and teaching children and welcoming refugees, etc., etc. And the minute we stop doing that, the minute we stop being faithful followers of Jesus. And I believe that this stance that he teaches us of compassion and inclusiveness, whether we're Christian or whether we're whatever we are, it is that stance that will lead to Aotearoa being a more caring society and a nation which is marked by unity and not discord. Moreira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tata katoa.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Bruce is one of the most respected Christian ministers in our region. As our next speaker, I'm very honored to have Dr. Ali Buruni here to speak on behalf of the Islamic faith. I've heard Ali speak on a couple of occasions, and I say, always you take us to another level. You not only speak on the behalf of Islam, but you also studied other scriptures as well. It's a great honor to have you. Ali, please come and do your sharing.
From you, just keep it brief. Let me tell you a story about the creation according to Quran. In one of the chapters of Quran, the Surah Jega, God talks to us about the first day of creation. He said that when I created all the things in the world, then I started to create the best creation of mine, and it was human. So he created human in a best format. And after that, he asked the other creatures to respect them. Then all of the creatures respected human. because they know the secret inside them. But just one person refused, and he was Shaitan, or Satan. And God asked him that, why you don't want to respect him? And he says, because I'm from fire, and he or she is from clay. So how can fire respect the clay? I'm better than him. And it was the first step of the extremism to say about the best things besides God. And he judged human because of his appearance or her appearance. Then God asked him to look at the secret of the heart of a human. He says that if I want you to respect him, it's not because of his body or her body. I want you to respect him because of the secret inside. And when he asked that, what is the secret? It is that pure nature. I created the pure nature, and everything comes to this pure nature. In another verse of Quran, God says that we created all people in different nations, different colors, with different father and mothers. For what? It says that God created the diversity. But he says that I created the diversity to come to the unity. And it is very beautiful here that God says, I created you in diversity. For what? For knowing each other. For having some information and good knowledge about each other. Actually, I hate something that I don't know. But if I know something, I will be friend with it. I will be familiar with it. I remember that 4 years ago when I came to New Zealand, my family, they couldn't speak English. And I was very weak in speaking English because English is the second language of us. Most of the things here were very strange to us, for the Eastern people and from the people who come from another culture to a new culture. And sometimes my daughters, because they couldn't speak English and couldn't have some relationship with the others, they told me that, oh Father, I hate this, I hate that. And after that, I told them that the hate comes from the ignorance. The love comes from the knowledge. Because you have the ignorance about the things you hate. And after that, I told them, wait, after 1 year, 2 years, you'll be familiar with people, with the culture, and then after that, you love them. And now, if you ask them that, do you like to come back to your country? They say yes, but this is our second home, and we want to be here. Why? Because they have some friends here. Religions are like people. I can hate the other religions because I don't know them. If I come to them, if I come to the people, the followers of those religions, and talk to them, little by little I can find that these diversities comes to the unity, and we are from one mother and one father. We are the sons of God, and we are the people on the earth as the mother, and we worship the sky as the father. And these terms that is very familiar in every religion, you can find the things. In Hinduism, you can find that the earth is the mother, or in our thinking, the earth is the mother and the sky is the father. In Christianity, we have it. And in Islam, we have the Lord, that is the creator of all the things, the sky and the heaven, and all the things on the earth. So, I want to say that the root of all religions comes from one secret, that it is created, this was created by God. What is this secret? In my personal idea, as a common term, that all the religions believe on it, the secret is love. And love creates peace, and peace creates injustice. The evil things was created by evil things. Evil thinking will create the evil action, evil behavior. In my personal idea, every evil that we see in this world, extremism, wrong faith, killing people, ignoring the others, all of them comes from the evil and comes from the ignorance. The holy knowledge is the knowledge of God, is the knowledge of scriptures, it's the knowledge of the Bible, it's the knowledge of the Torah, it's the knowledge of the Quran. The sacred books that in every religion, we can find some sources and grab them. And in some of my lectures that I tell to some of the students that I have Muslims, I say that I'm not proud that I'm Muslim. I'm proud that I'm human. And I remember that I had a trip to Malaysia. And I wanted to talk to someone. It was 8 hours and we should talk to someone. So someone was next to me and he asked me that, where are you from? I said, I'm from Iran. And he says that, what's your religion? I told him, my religion is humanity. And he says that, is it a new religion? I told him, no, it's a very old religion. Before all the religion was the humanity, because God created the human, God didn't create Islam. Or in Christianity. And after I said that, please tell me, I don't know, these are some philosophical ideas, tell me, who are you and what is your religion? I said that I'm Muslim. He says, oh, I'm terrorist. I said, look, it is better to say I'm human. Because nowadays there are bad news about Islam. If I say that I'm Muslim, there is no talk. So in 8 hours, we can talk about the common points. The points that we have talked about is peace and love. Peace be upon all you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. You bring us all to this common divine heritage that we all have. Spirit, the divine spirit that resides in all our hearts. Thank you for that message of peace and unity and love. It gives me great pleasure now to welcome our next speaker, Tiffany Chu, on behalf of the Willis Suchi Foundation. It's very interesting. We're here today represented by 4 different Buddhist groups. It's a great honor to have you all here, including our Dhammapala. Thank you for coming. We also have the foregoing Shank people, a group. Thank you for your presence here. And we also have from the Zen Buddhism. Thank you. And one of the most impressive group who do a lot of community work at the Suchi Foundation. And thank you, Tiffany, for being here.
After hearing our speakers, I feel I'm a little unprepared for this. In terms of everything, I don't think I know a lot about Buddhism because I'm young but today I'd just like to share actually something that I learned when I did volunteer work, and I try to follow what Buddhism teaches me and follow my heart. Today I'd like to talk about Buddhism in action. And as everybody knows, a lot of times when people think about Buddhism, they think about people chanting, meditating. But that's only a little part of what Buddhism can do and can offer in this world. So, a little background history. In the Ming Dynasty, Buddhism became transformed into something that was more of cultivating ourselves through learning these scriptures and these sutras and actually trying to focus within. But on the other hand, when we focus within, what we can do is we can give this love and show these other people what we can do and to be able to walk on this path that we feel is what Buddhism teaches us. So, the meaning of sutra. When I first talked about sutra, I was very young. I was 4 or 5, and I went to the temple with my parents. And they they chanted sutras, but for me, it was something, a known language. But actually, when I actually got to understand what sutras really mean, it was a path that was paved by the people before, a path that other people walked on, a path of love, a path of caring for others. And it is this path that we really should do. And it's this path that taught me what it really meant to be Buddhist. So self-loving kindness, compassion, joy, and selfless giving are the things, I think, are the core essence that I learned when I try to walk on this path. That it's not about one self, it is about a collective self. We are all people, we all live in this world. And yes, a few hundred years ago, going from one country to the next would have taken months, years. But now, it takes hours. And that is because we together, we have made this big, big country, we have made this big, big world smaller with our love, with our knowledge. And that is what's really important. I always think about compassion. When we go out there, when we help other people, it is all about helping other people and to be able to give. But giving needs wisdom. If you go to somebody and say, hey, I'm going to give you this, what would they say? They'll say, no, I don't want anything from you. You're different. I don't want to receive. I'm not needy. But when you can give with respect and with honor, when you can give with wisdom, that is how you can walk on this path. And that is how you learn what it means to be Buddhist, what it means to be Christian, and what it means to be of all different faiths. Today I want to share with you some of the things that happen around this world. There are disasters in this world. People, there are wars, there are conflicts. But when we look down deep within ourselves and see that we are all the same, we are all humans, we all live here, we can see that maybe those differences are just so little, but we all have two arms, well most of us do. We all have eyes, we all have ears. There are more similar things than there are differences. And so when we're able to see these similar things, we no longer have that hate for each other. Instead, all we have is love. From our founder of City Foundation, there's a phrase that I want to share with you, and this is a phrase that I wish I can keep doing, and this is a phrase that I am still learning to do. It's very easy, it's very simple, and the words are very quick, but it says, there's no one in this world that I don't trust. There are no one in this world that I don't love, and there is no one in the world that I cannot forgive. Thank you.
Wow, what a powerful quotation to left with us to reflect. Wish we all could follow that. Thank you. Isn't it wonderful to have a young child in the audience? As I came this morning, I was scanning and I thought, wow, hardly any young people, but definitely it's wonderful to have you. And it's our mission that one day we could have an interfaith youth council, with all these young people showing us the way. Speaker from a different faith, representing the multi-faith of the SAI organization is the very first national president, Richard Wallace, who's kindly come all the way from Christchurch to be here with us. And we welcome Richard to speak on behalf of SAI and multi-faith.
Somewhere in the Bible it said, Christ said, give no thought to what you shall say. What you shall say shall be given to you at the time. I'm hoping he now works through me to let this happen. And to them the word was, and from the nothingness, creation streamed forth. In quantum physics now, they've discovered, looking for the smallest particle, it comes from nothing. It is a vibration. It forms atoms and cells. There's a lovely Sanskrit saying, Namo Rupaya. Everything exists in name and form only. Our friend from Islam spoke about the importance of human birth. A friend of mine who was in a great hall called the PAKURANGA once said that Sai Baba had said, human birth is very rare. It's like being in the middle of the Atlantic and throwing a hula hoop onto the sea and seeing a turtle come up and put its head through the hoop. And I thought about that for a moment. I thought, that's ridiculous. And then I thought, fleas, nits, mosquitoes, on and on and on. These creatures that have taken name and form. And the human has a special desire. Where do they come from? What are they here for? What is all this about? And by the grace of God, great teachings have come. Teachers and masters. And explain to us the path. But we are all one. All are one. We are alike to everyone. Baba taught us 5 human values. Righteousness. Do what is right. Look after yourself. Look after your brothers and sisters. Look after the environment. Peace. Peace can be likened to a lake. When the lake is still, a bird flies over, the picture is perfectly clear. You see the reflection. When the lake is agitated, the picture is gone. When the mind is still, we see things clearly. When the mind is agitated, things are not seen. Things are not understood. Truth. Within the mind is a discriminating element. Good action, not so good. And if we follow our conscience, we'll follow it. We all have an energy. The greatest energy in creation is love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love all, serve all. Help ever. And we have a spiritual dimension. A Maori friend of mine once said, Richard, we are spiritual creatures on a human body. We are not human beings on a spiritual journey. We are spiritual beings on a human journey. I'd like to finish this very short presentation with a prayer. Dear Lord, take my love and let it flow with boundless devotion to Thee. Dear Lord, take my hands and let them work incessantly for Thee. Dear Lord, take my soul and let it emerge with thee. Dear Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with thee. Dear Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument with thee. I'd just like to change one word from the me and the I. Take out everything and let us be instruments of thee. And how much more powerful that will be. God bless you all.
Thank you, Richard, for your wonderful sharing. I'd like to acknowledge some of the other faith groups who are here, representing Hinduism, Zoroastrian, Sikhism, the Jewish faith, and I want to now invite Sister Dato to come and do a very short interfaith prayer on behalf of the Baha'i faith.
This is a prayer for all humanity, for all of us, and especially from the Baha'i scriptures. O thou kind Lord, O thou who art generous and merciful, we are the servants of thy threshold and are gathered beneath the sheltering shadow of thy divine unity. The sun of thy mercy is shining upon all, and the clouds of thy bounty shower upon all. Thy gifts encompass all. Thy loving providence sustains all. Thy protection overshadows all, and the glances of thy favor are cast upon all. O Lord, grant thine infinite bestowals, and let the light of thy guidance shine. Illumine the eyes, gladden the hearts with abiding joy. Confer a new spirit upon all people, and bestow upon them eternal life. Unlock the gates of true understanding, and let the light of faith shine resplendent. Gather all people beneath the shadow of thy bounty, and cause them to unite in harmony, so that they may become as the rays of one sun, as the waves of one ocean, and as the fruit of one tree. May they drink from the same fountain. May they be refreshed by the same breeze. May they receive illumination from the same source of light. Thou art the giver, the merciful, the omnipotent.
Thank you very much, Sister. And I want to once again thank all of you, all those distinguished speakers for sharing on this wonderful theme. How similar are we? How identical? There's no doubt that everything that you said comes from that one source. And it reminds me of the wonderful saying, ultimately there is only one true religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one God who is omnipresent. Now, it gives me great pleasure to invite the distinguished keynote speaker, Dato Jagadeesan. Dato, in New Zealand, the equivalent of United. He's been honored in his country, Malaysia, with the tremendous work he's done in the field of economics and social work. He was one of the incredible talent behind the Malaysian economic miracle. 50 years ago, Malaysia had no industry to speak of. And from ground zero, within a short span of time, for people like Jagadeesan and his team, they became a superpower in trade and development. And apart from that, he also played a tremendous role for interfaith harmony and unity in a country that had a lot of tension and racial disputes. As you know, he's now the founder and advisor to what is known as the Friendship Group for Interreligious Service. And for all his contribution, he has been nominated by 5 countries in 2008 for the Nobel Peace Prize. Please welcome Brother Jagadeesan.
Dear brothers and sisters and respected elders, those days I've been speaking on this kind of forums for the last 30 years, I think. Since I was about 22 years old. And I used to say respected elders, and there are many such elders in the hall. Today when I say respected elders, not many of the elders are there. You know, I'm 72, so any of you are over 72, then you have to respect elder. I salute you for being here. Thank you very much. You know, I'm hearing all these speakers here today, from Islam, Christianity, from Buddhism, and all these words of love. One would wonder why the world is fighting. Which books are they reading? Which scriptures are they following? And I thought today, normally I would actually, I was doing something, I normally start with a song. And I prepared us one song to sing, by the way, I must tell you something very unusual. That I was an atheist or agnostic for 32 years of my life. Born a Hindu, but for 32 years I was atheist agnostic because my Hindu religion looked absolutely crazy. I didn't understand anything about the religion. And soon I discounted all religions, but I was a very kind fellow. I used to encourage others to pray. Because weak-minded people need God. God was a crutch for the weak-minded. Oh God, help me, help me. Strong-minded like me, I don't need God. Age of 32, I had an incredible experience that moved me from the path of ignorance to the path of slight knowledge. And Bhagavan Baba Sabha came in my life and I took his message. A simple message of that there's only one God for all mankind. Number 2, follow your religion. Christians should become better Christian, Buddhists better Buddhists, Hindu better Hindu. So I thought, oh my God, must I go back to this crazy religion of mine? So I started studying the religion. I studied all religions. I read the Bible, I read the Quran, I read the 11 scriptures. And I wrote a book called Unity of Faith. And one of the things I realized when I read all these books, dear friends, is this. That 90%, more than 90% of the teachings of the religion is exactly the same. It's only the 10% or less than 10% that is different. What a Hindu does in a Hindu temple, what a Christian does in a church, what a Buddhist does in a Buddhist temple, what a Sikh does in a Gurudwara, what a Muslim does in a mosque, all what you do inside that is all the same. The moment you step out of your hall of prayer, how God wants you to conduct yourself is exactly the same. Starting with reverence for father and mother, and following the great values that have made civilization what it is today. So I ask all of you now, if today this one divine we've all praised today of saying love, 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 if this one divine was here, what would be his message to us? What would be his message to the whole world? I share this through a song. Please join me, I mean, don't sing with me. When I finish one line, then sing, because you don't know the tune again. Love one another as I love you.
Love one another
be true. If your speech has no sweetness, can your love be true? If you find fault in others, are you faultless and true? If you find fault in others, you're faultless and true. If no one comes forward, will you go forward too? If no one comes forward, will you go forward too? To serve those in need, and God will love you. To serve those in need, and God will love you. This is the message of our Lord, dear God. This is the message of our Lord, dear God. This is the message of our Lord, dear God. This is the message of our Lord, dear God. If you love one another, I will love you. If you love one another, I will love you. If you serve those in need, I will serve you. If you serve those in need, I will serve you. Love one another as I love you. Love one another as I love you. Can you love one another as I love you? Can you love one another and can you be true? Can you love one another and can you be true? Thank you very much. One got very happy today. But he's still wondering how come we all say love, love and fight each other. Okay? Dear friends, today the topic I'm going to talk about the role of faith in creating national unity and a caring society. You know what's a strange phenomenon of this topic? You realize, dear friends, that the first time in human history, the world is facing a crisis of unprecedented proportions. And what is that? For the first time in human history, from 60 years ago and from then onwards, religion, which is supposed to be the source of greatest love, caring, sharing, has become the greatest source of human conflict. Incredible. Which book are they reading? Religion, which is supposed to be love, caring, sharing, surrender, has become one source of potential world war now is religion. One press of the button, different nations of the world, everywhere, except New Zealand. You know, they say, as our mother has said here, you know, this country maybe promised. You know, they say the world is a spider's web. Anything happen in one part of the world, can be felt the other side. America felt the impact of the spider's web in 9/11. Australia felt the impact of the spider's web just I think last year. So the question is now, let me just introduce today what these are just things that are happening. I'm very happy to be in the Trinity Methodist Church, but I must tell you something surprising, you'll see later. And that's me. I'm the founding member and advisor of the Friendship Group for Interfaith Service. I'm also the founding president and advisor of the Central Council of Malaysia. Very good. And first, can I say, I've got this word, how to pronounce this, you know. So please forgive me if I pronounce it wrongly, don't throw me out of the country. Yola Fana. Correct? That was a close call. I recognize and acknowledge here the presence of significant people here, but especially, I'm told, Maori Elder, Taini Brahman, ma'am, I saw the way you came in, you know, like a real Maori leader, you know. And I also acknowledge here the presence of Ruth Cleaver, the president of the AUCKLAND Interfaith Council. I also acknowledge, if I give all the names, that will take all my time. So let me just say, the other respected faith leaders who are here, who have honored us with their presence, okay? This is not the first time I'm speaking to interfaith gathering and in the world. I'll show you what I mean by that. Dear friends, The topic I'm talking about is how various interfaith groups have translated all these messages you have given here today into all the religious, spiritual philosophy to action on the ground. And how will it happen? Okay, I was going to sing this song, but I'll sing the song later. In Malaysia, we formed something called the Friendship Group for Interreligious Service. How? Why? This happened, let me give you a glimpse of origin. We've been active for the last 15 years. What triggered it? The US war in the Middle East that led to September 11, 2001 Twin Tower disaster in USA. Triggered world interfaith conflicts. That is engulfing the lives of many nations. If tomorrow, dear friends, there's a world war, it could be because of religious differences. That is the most saddest tragedy, the most insult to the divinity we all worship. The Sai Council, the Sathya Council, in Malaysia, we began to ask ourselves, can Malaysia, multiracial, multi-religious nation, maintain peace and stability amidst arising world conflict? We give you a profile of Malaysia. Malaysia is 60% or more now Muslims, Malays. And then there is the remaining 40%, there will be the Indians, who would be Hindus and some of them Buddhists and Christians. And then there are the Christians, and there is the Buddhist community and other faiths, okay? The Sikhs and others. So this is the profile of Malaysia. Now, in Malaysia, I must tell this to you, and here my Muslim friends here will know this. In Malaysia, the government, the Muslim community in Malaysia, the majority of Muslims in Malaysia are wonderful, peaceful, loving people. But there are minority of guys who cause trouble everywhere in the world. Now, in Malaysia, however, to reduce unnecessary conflict, the government now has taken some extreme measures actually. They have banned non-Muslims from using the word Allah, using the word Inshallah, using the word, if you the Allah, or thing like this, okay? And only we cannot use Allah. But they allow freedom of worship. You can do what you want. You can do your prayers in the temple, church. Few churches are in Malaysia, temples are there in Malaysia, Buddhist temples are in Malaysia, everyone is there. But don't interfere with Islam. This is the main contention within Malaysia. Therefore, as an interfaith body like Sai Council, we had to maneuver through a very, very narrow institution. That was the path. Now, after the 9/11 disaster took place, what happened in Malaysia? After September 11 disaster, what happened? Around the world, September 11 caused massive interfaith dialogues. Everybody had dialogue sessions. America, Europe, Australia would have had, New Zealand would have had interfaith dialogue, okay? And in Malaysia, there's something called the Consultative Council. Watch this now. Something called the Consultative Council for Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Sikhism, and Taoism. The religious leaders of this, the top got together to form this Consultative Council to talk to the government about religious problems. You know, the problem in a Hindu temple or a church, they can talk. But watch now. No Islamic group was part of this Interfaith Council. No Islamic group in Malaysia has participated as a group in any interfaith alliance. Because they're 60%. They know that we are going to want us to come in because you're going to use us to fight the government. So they can, but there are individual Muslim people who will join and speak in various functions. Okay? Now in Malaysia there's another problem, and that is this. No Muslim should be caught within a prayer hall where other religions are praying. You can't, therefore when Christians have their sessions in Malaysia, they say, alright, all are welcome except Muslims. And therefore we are very careful to make sure that they get caught, they are in trouble, we are in trouble. Okay? So though Sathya is the interfaith organization, no Muslim is a member, but many Muslims support us for the activities we do. Because we do a lot of service activities in Malaysia. So this is the background in which this can happen. So when 9/11 took place, the Consultative Council called for a meeting, similar to this, after 9/11, or they call all the religious leaders and people in a hall for what is the role of religion in Malaysia for national unity. This was the topic we had. And all of the people, the religious leaders were on the platform, there were 500 people filling the hall. And the religious leaders were there all with different robes, the Buddhists were there, the Christians were there, all different Christian people, different kind of robe, all the robe people. And because they knew that I was an interfaith man, they invited me to speak also. I know what I was going to say, because all the religious leaders are going to say something significant. What am I going to say? I'm not a religious leader. I'm a development economist, okay? And I go around the world trying to make people, unite and have fun. And I sing songs, I love God, I love everyone. And when my turn came, I got up. And these are the words I said. Till today, I wonder how I dared say those words, okay? In a hall full of religious leaders and 500 people back in the hall. I said, dear reverends, dear monks, all the holy people with all the robe people here, all my brothers and sisters in this hall today, frankly, I think all of us are wasting our time here. There was a shocked silence. The man who invited me, who was the head of Buddhism, Reverend Dhamanda, he passed away now. He put his head down and said, oh my God, what is this madman? What is this madman going to say? And I said, yes, I wonder why, I'm sure you're thinking why I'm saying this. I'll tell you why. The fact that all of you are in this hall today shows that you are the converted, you believe in interfaith. If not, you would not be here. But let me tell you this, I said. If tomorrow there's interfaith conflict in Malaysia, none of us, exact word, none of us fat cats will take a knife after each other. The people who take the knife are those in the slum areas, the squat areas, the poor areas. It's they who must be convinced that interfaith is a living reality. Not something we sit in acknowledge in rooms and give nice speeches and say, good speech, give and go home. Nothing will happen. So I said, okay. And this is where I said something that could be in trouble, but I got away with it. I said, if for some mental aberration we have, we refuse to pray in another man's hall of prayer because we lock the omniscient, omnipresent God inside the four walls of a little hall we have. Okay, do that. But nothing to prevent Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims, all holding hands together and serving the poor outside, where the sky is the roof and the earth is the ground. Everybody applauded, like I was standing ovation for the one. But as usual, after any conference, no one was doing anything. Everybody comes in and have talk, have listen to it, and drink coffee and go back home. On that day, I decided that what we should do. Sai comes to. Now, I must tell you this, before this particular day, the service was in the name of Christ. In the Buddha Purnima, we made a service in the name of Buddha. Like this. And we invite a Christian priest to come in and cut a ribbon or hit a gong or whatever, and ask him to do a prayer and bless the crowd, and we sing some hymns and sing some prayer, ask him to say prayers. We used to do that. Likewise, a Buddha Purnima, likewise all these other functions. But all of them will come, many of them, not all, so Mr. Jega, we're coming here, I come here in my personal capacity. I do not represent the church. I do not represent the organization. I'm my personal, because you invited me, I come to read some good work. But after that day, when I spoke at that interview, I realized now, I told my council guys, no more individuals coming and saying, person, we go for the juggler. The most difficult persons I had to, normally I used the word nuts to crack, but let me not do that over here. The most difficult thing would be the Catholic Church and Islam. So, I approached the Archbishop of the Catholic Church. The Archbishop knew us because we've been helping the Catholic Church, in their service activities. They have the service arm of the Catholic Church is called Society of Citizens and the Poor. And we used to work with them and help them in the project. And I went to Archbishop as Archbishop, like to form this friendship group, to hold and serve the poor. The Catholic Church support this. He said, Mr. Jega, you're a senior government officer. I don't understand how is that, you are not like normal government officers. You go and normal government senior people like you go and cut the ribbon or open some functions. You go and sweep the drain and everything like that. I said, don't talk about me. Does the Catholic Church believe in Hindus, Christians, all holding hands serving the poor? Of course we believe it. So let's sign up. And we had a letter for the formation of the friendship group for doing this service. Please send someone for the meeting. Then I approached the next top person to write. That is Islamic. I approached a group called ABIM. If I remember in Malaysia, ABIM? ABIM is the National Islamic Youth Wing. ABIM, the National Islamic Youth Wing, is a very powerful organization in Malaysia. And if any trouble happens overseas, affecting Islam, they are the first one to go in front of the embassy and demonstrate, okay? So they are very tough group, okay? But my people ask me, Jega, why should I try? Listen, what is that? No? The heart will not easy to crack. So I went and approached her. What's amazing is this. The Abhin leader told me, Jega, you Sai Baba people, we've been watching you for many, many years. We're going to file this thing about you. And you personally have filed this thing. I said, why my file is so small? I said, why you have filed this thing? You know, we are doing medical camps in rural areas, you know. You come sleep on the floor from these small buildings, you know, very adventure it was. Medical camp, 2-day medical camp, serving about 2,000, 3,000 people in the villages down there. And most of the villages will be in the rural areas where 95% of the people are Muslims. In the Malaysian tradition, Christians, the Indians help Indians, Malays help Malays, Chinese help Chinese. Suddenly they see a task force of Chinese and Indian people who are Hindus, Christians, all members of the Sai Baba group, and few Muslim doctors who want to serve will be there individually. Going to Muslim area, 94, what are they doing? What's the purpose? Are they trying to convert someone? Are they trying to make devotees, Sai Baba devotees? So what these guys would do, they would send, after we leave the camp, they would go and interview the villages who will be served. What did they say? Did they talk about Sai Baba? And one of the strict instructions of Sai Baba members is never talk about Baba, nothing. Your job is to serve, and you meet a Christian or a Buddhist or a Muslim, tell them Christian is better Christian, Buddhist better Buddhist, Muslim better, that's all you do. And why did they have such a big file? 5 forms, 5 people. 1,000 medical camp, you imagine, that's why it's so big. Then the guys in Jega, you're very sincere people, you have no motive, we agree. For the first time in history of Malaysia, a massive Muslim Islamic brainstorm became a member of the Interfaith Alliance. Dear friends, so this then, no more talk, we said, no more talk. Can we then hold hands like friends and serve the needs of the nation on the ground? Let's not sit back on the shoulder to talk, let's go back and serve, let's have. And this then began, the result of this camp, the first day, 24th October 2002. Someone it's the same year you mentioned it. Is it amazing? The first meeting of the friendship group for intelligence service. And the members of the participating members in different were the Islamic Youth Group of Malaysia, the Buddhist Mahavihara, the Catholic Church, the Council of Churches of Malaysia, the Malaysian Hindu Sangam, the Malaysian Gurdwara Council, the Sikh group, and the coordinator of Success Council of Malaysia. And we started chairing these sessions. And these were the founding members of this. Okay, some of them have passed away. Reverend Damananda of Buddhism, incredible religious leader, Reverend Damananda. And Archbishop Matthew Pakim, he's no more, he retired already. Father Philip Thomas with the Council of Churches, he's still there. And the Sikhs, Hindus, and whatever. Dear friend, what the concept of the friendship group? It's an informal, we're not a society, not registered, nothing. It is informal gathering of major religious groups in Malaysia, informal gathering, as friends we get together, for the purpose of promoting interfaith harmony, by working together to help the needy, promoting human values, and thus contribute to nation building. That was the bottom line of what we did. So we started these meetings together. Many thought this friendship group would be short-lived. But dear friends, God had other ideas. We are now 15th year. And what happened to us now? The friendship group, we have interfaith medical camps. Can you imagine now the Sai Council, we ourselves are more than now 1,500 medical camps. But now, the medical camps have 2 objectives, interfaith unity and service. So nothing, and we go around with our name tags, you must see the details, and I can't give all the details now. The name tags will not show your name. The name tag will show the religion you represent, Christianity, Buddhism, and your name, real name is small. Nobody cares what. I told the people we serve don't care what your name is, they don't care your name, Ramasamy or whatever it is. But we want to show them, in anywhere around the world, a lot of people get together. Very interesting, a lot of people get together, in offices you work together, in sports we work together, in music we work together. But strange, all work together harmoniously, as long as you keep your religion behind you. The more you put your religion front, suddenly I can't work together. Oh, you're Muslim, I can't work together. Oh, you're Christian, I'm Hindu. Oh, I can't work with you. That's nonsense. So I said, don't put in front, so the poor we are serving know that you're a Christian, Buddhist, whatever, you're working as interfaith field. It became our signal. We have interfaith drama festivals to attract the youth again. the dramas with the right own scripts, and we focus on very, very needy topics of the year. That is what we focus on filial drama, on filial piety, drama on environment, drama on service to need. All the dramas are all those circles, not just like love dramas, okay? Interfaith song festivals. We ask them to compose their own songs. Songs of unity, songs of love, songs of caring, sharing. We have fun day for handicapped children. I'll show this to you. Massive day for the poor children, okay? And the Malaysian government then began to request this. The Malaysian government asked us, can we organize intercultural youth leadership camps? The Malaysian government tried to organize the interfaith youth cultural leadership camp, and they failed. They approached us. There was 20 youth from all regions got together, funded totally by the Malaysian government. They asked us to bring the youth together. So this is what is possible. And here, every time we have all the religious leaders who come on stage, they say, first when we started this, we didn't tell them the time limit for speeches, okay, for the prayers. So one flow went on and on and on for 5 minutes. Finally told them, okay, all of you, 1 minute to pray, okay? We should take so long. And here we are, the medical camps in many areas. A camp between Pulau Tuba, the nearest hospital, in Parish, in Ireland, 1 hour away, so we had to run the medical camps there, and you can see the sign there, Friendship Group for this service. And medical camps, we have free FTI's medical camp where Muslims were serving in, and Hindus, everyone was together. And here, medical camp in Malacca, different states in Malaysia, okay, we had the functions. We donated wheelchairs for the needy. I don't know, but maybe in New Zealand, the government donates wheelchairs, but in Malaysia, so we donated wheelchairs for needy. We had eye camps, the eye centers came together. Then this is a fun day for handicapped children, okay? I think the needy children, God, we think, I'm just giving you handicapping, but we call it God's children. And this was very interesting now. This particular camp held in Malacca, in the premises, the beautiful premises of the Suchi group. The Suchi group here, who understand, they gave a massive premises, and here you can see now, there's a symbol of the symbol up there, it's not an Islamic symbol. There we are, a Muslim religious leader, saying a prayer before this. So every time we have these camps, every event, every religious leader, and then the guy wearing black, that's the chief minister of the state. He came for the function and he was very, very happy, and the government gave us full support, okay? And this is we had a performance for the handicapped children, okay? The God's special children, we call it. And this is the crowd that is there. And what is that? Who's performing? The performers were the God's special children. We had acoustic children doing a dance, we had wheelchair dance for the wheelchair people. I mean, every performance on stage was by the God's special children. And this is the fun day for handicap for special children, so the crowd that was there. And then we had fun day for the sports, we had sports for the children. We had environment care. We went down, Interfaith Group went down and started helping to paint schools that were not well kept, maintained that. Environment care, planting trees and what have you. And this is something interesting, interfaith sharing, we call it divine wind. All the groups now will get together, different faiths get together, and we'll go to different halls of prayer and ask them to tell us about their religion. So this was something we did in a mosque hall, in all the mosque, and each of them we're going to talk about the various religions. Then here we have the Interfaith Human Value Drama and Song Festival. Look at the audience that is there. Massive crowd was there. And here the youth presented dramas of human values and songs and what have you. And this was the interfaith drama. Children and adults took part in this. The adults, the teenagers took part in this. Youth. Here the Muslim groups took part in this. Interfaith choir, we had all of them. You can see now the Muslim people all getting together. We choose the songs very carefully. Make sure the songs don't hurt anybody's feelings, and make sure the songs raise consciousness. And here we have full support. Every time there's a function, all the religious leaders will be there. The Buddhist leaders here, the Christian leaders, and the Hindu leaders at the back there, and maybe other leaders on that side. So this is the kind of thing we began to do, that began to stunt the nation. Then we had the Intercultural Youth Leadership Camp, funded by the government. Okay? Because the government asked us, can you bring the youth together? We did the software. The government paid for everything, hotel, 3 days, hotel, food, everything. They asked us to do a software, so we did the programs to bind the youth together. And we had support. The guest of honor for this event was the Minister, Dato, years ago, Dato, this title. And he was he was at the time the Minister of the Finance Department in charge of national unity. And this other gentleman on the right hand side is the chairman of the M Bank, one of the biggest banks in Malaysia. Corporate sector began to support us. Because the corporate sector found, my God, you guys are doing some fantastic things. So corporate sector began to support us. Now, and how do we do these things? Okay, every camp, every project we do, we ask one religious group to chair. Okay, so each project, and we, the Sai Council, because you know what, we need to link the whole thing, we need to co-chairman. So at that time, the John Bush Council of Churches was chaired this interfaith, and Chia Wen Kong, that time he was the president of the Sai Council, he was a police, he was the president at the time. And then we had the Fun Day was special, the big project, we had the priest from the Buddhist Mahavihara, he's a member, from Angkatan, we had youth wing of Islam, and then Chia again. Chia became the constant factor, because we need to call, we can't have everything dispersed, so they all asked us to be there as a co-chairman. Then we had Interfaith, we have the Hindu Sangam people, for the Interfaith Specialist Mental Health Camp. And here we had Interfaith Human Value Drama Song Festival, here was the Muslim Youth League person. So like this, we began to work with everyone to establish, and here we call FGI's blood donation. You don't call it blood donation in Malaysia, you call it donation of liquid love. Okay, come and give your liquid love, okay? So everyone thought we would die off, but no. And 10 years, we are huge, celebrating 10 years of friendship and unity. This is the 10th year anniversary, we had a big function, massive function, a huge hall. And this is our classic sign. You can see all the religious leaders, on the right hand side, the Christian. So Suresh Govind coming on with the right hand side, I'm somewhere there. And the Sikhs and all, including the minister right in front. So this was a very joyous occasion, okay? And the public began to see, hey, you guys can work together. We can live together, we can laugh together, and we not fight each other. So this was the 10th anniversary. Now for 15 years already, we have had. The media went crazy. They said, my God, and they give us here's what the media for the drama help promote human values. You see drama to promote human values, drama to promote love for father and mother, what have you. We have drama understanding each other. Drama reflects one malicious spirit of various cultures and beliefs. So we began to do all these things on a big scale. Would you believe now? The first drama we did in Colombo City. The Minister of National Unity came and saw the drama and the Interfaith Song Festival we did. Later I'll show you the thing. And he was so stunned, he asked me, can you all take this to every state in Malaysia? And we will fund it. So we took, can you imagine, our team of actors, singers, technicians were 90 people. The government funded the transport of the 90 people there, they funded the hotel, everything. And then so after all these guys give their service free, but the government funded this. So we can cover about 3 states now in Malaysia. So the objective of FGI's, dear friends, the friendship group is united Malaysia under one God, one flag, king and country. Okay. So dear friends, then we ask ourselves this question: can this FGI in a Muslim majority nation inspire others? Or is it just unique to Malaysia? So can we show that these troubled times of extremists and terror, carrying people in multiracial, multiple nations, can we stand up, hold hands and show the way, it's possible. Dear friends, in 2006 I received a historic invitation to address an interfaith event in USA. Here's the glimpse of the flight that took place. This is the flight they issued. I spoke at this great hall of Clinton, the W.J. Clinton Presidential Center, the Great Hall, on March 25th, 2006. And the theme of that was, if you can see that, bridge to the future, role of religion and ethnicity in building a caring community and a nation. I was the keynote speaker, there were other speakers there. I was the keynote speaker, and the event, look at the event sponsors who got together. Clinton School of Public Service, University of Arkansas, UM Chancellor Diversity Committee, National Conference of Community and Justice, Arkansas, Interreligious International Federation for World Peace, Racial Cultural Diversity Commission, City of Little Rock, Sathya Baba Center of Little Rock, Renault Institute of Aging, the Arkansas International Center. We didn't ask money from anyone. We all got together, pushed together, and did this massive event. And dear friends, the welcome address given by Mayor Jim Derry, the panel discussions of Reverend Robert Klein, I think he was a Catholic minister, I think, Sheikh Imam Masood from Islam, and Professor J, he was the Professor of Theology. And all I didn't really many philosophical speech, I just presented what we do in Malaysia. So all I said, I told them, friends, I said, you all know more philosophy than me. I'm just trying to show you how we have translated philosophy on the ground. They were stunned. All these guys, all of them had a big speeches prepared. A few 10 minutes each, all the things have been fantastic, we should support this. Then the chairman got up and said, I want to thank Jagadeesan for coming all the way from Malaysia to here. I said, sir, can I speak one more time to this? I said, all of you here, listen. If all of us clap our hands and go home, we wasted everybody's time. If you think that is worthwhile doing, not right now, how many of you think it's worthwhile doing? Everybody put up their hands. Form an immediate task force, I said. Was this 260 event in the top shop in Little Rock, Arkansas? Dear friends, in 2008, I was invited again to Little Rock, Arkansas, where they asked me to address, it was held at St. John Baptist Church, okay? And there was what the opening remark was given by Congressman Vic Snyder, and it's called Embracing Community. And why did they invite me for this? They invited me for this to announce the launching of the first ever, to witness the launching of something inspired Malaysia's friendship group and our interfaith medical camps for the needy. They launched the first ever interfaith harmony permanent medical center in a depressed area in Little Rock, Arkansas. They call it Harmony Clinic. This was an amazing, I was stunned with this because we didn't have a permanent clinic in this also. And really a lot of miracles happened in this thing. And possibly I could stand corrected the America's first ever full-time interfaith medical clinic. And here's the event they had. Interfaith Harmony Clinic providing the underserved Arkansas access to quality medical care in a depressed area. I mean, recently I heard news sometime, there was something interesting happened. There are a lot of, this really was a poor area, a lot of crime and misbehavior. After this free medical camp was set up, crime and misbehavior by youth declined. Something positive began to happen again. Maybe the youth began to help out their parents and looked after people care for them, you know. And dear friends, they gave me this big thing, you know. For Dato Jagadeesan, the Harmony Clinic gave me for inspiring Harmony Health Clinic volunteers and supporters to help serve the health and wellness of the medically uninsured and underserved who live in the Harmony Health Clinic. They gave me this big shield. And what amazed me was, and that really brought me to tears, was they gave me the Arkansas Travelers Award. This was signed by the Secretary of State and the Governor. This is the Secretary of State and the Governor signed this particular form and made me an Arkansas Traveler. I know what it means, but anyway, they gave me this thing again, which is very interesting. And yeah, dear friends, you know, if all of us, if we all unite, you see, the funny thing is, all the negative guys are uniting. All the negative guys are uniting. Can't the positive guys also unite? This is funny, you know, but we cannot unite. We are different religions. We have the power to inspire the world, but we have to expand that base. The interfaith force needs seniors and young adults of all religions who were proud of their own religion. This is very important. They were proud of their own religion or their own teachings and follow its value teachings. And are prepared to work with members of other races and religions without hiding their religion. Put their religion in front. You know, my brothers and sisters, to foster interfaith unity and create a united, caring nation. We can become role models for the world. I always say now, everybody, you know, the fundamentals and the extremists have taken the initiative. I'm telling you, we must become fundamentalists. We must become extremists. Come on, that is one reason. This is Malaysia, we always done. Yes, we need more fundamentalists in all nations, okay? We need people who will go back to the true teachings and fundamentals of the Holy Bible. Go back to the true teaching fundamentals of the Quran, of the Dhammapada, the Buddhism, the Vedas, the Hindu. Go back to fundamentals. People who are doing all the terrorist things are those who deviate from the fundamentals. If they follow the teaching religion, that's it. They tell people, harmony, you know. They go away from the fundamentals, that's what's happening. And they should want to follow the fundamentals of the religion, which is basically what? Love, caring, sharing, truth, right contact, peace, non-violence, all these are the words, you know. That every charity, caring for parents, that's the fundamentals, okay? Hey, I want to be a fundamentalist. I said, let's not surrender the fundamentalist word to the extremists. How many of you feel, I'll ask you a question now. How many of you feel that these values here, I'm telling you, are fundamental teaching of your own religion? How many of you feel this also? Exactly, this is a fundamental. Why are allowing those guys to take the initiative, you know? Heaven's sake. So we need more extremists. Everybody, not extremists of fear and terror, but extremists of peace, friendship and interfaith unity. You know the extremists of fear and terror, they prepare to sacrifice their time, they go into the forest, they go to different areas, they suffer to cause extremism. You know sitting luxury hotels? They suffer to be extremists. You don't don't need internet and cyberspace heroes. No, we will talk about religion and type about the space. But people who are passionate and extremists are passionate, who are prepared to spend their time, energy, and resources to promote interfaith and inter-ethnic unity on the ground, that takes trouble. Who want to help this nation, your nation, to become a model, role model of unity, brotherhood, peace, and selfless love. So that every nation will say, henceforth, our country should be like New Zealand. There will be something. And become a lighthouse. Dear friends, we already a paradise, okay, in terms of geographic thing, all this. Can we become a paradise to show this interfaith unity? And with the tradition, a Maori thing which no one else knows of in the world, we can imagine what our sister said, not sister, an elder sister, said, the fantastic vibration which is spoke. Dear friends, let me repeat, okay? We have the power to inspire the world. We have the power. You can see now, Malaysia, Muslim country, small country, no? Yet we did what influence youth. You can anyone below 50 years old. Those days when I was 20 years old, I thought 50 years old men. Okay? Now I was 50 and below young. We need young adults of all religions who, again, were proud of their own religion. They must be proud of their own religion, okay? And following his value teachings. Yet are prepared to work with people other races and religions, as brothers and sisters, foster interfaith unity and create united care in New Zealand. A role model for the world. Now the million-dollar question. Before I go to the million-dollar question, hello. Thanks about. Thanks about. I want to share with you, just to show you some reality now of what's happening. Okay. Remember I told you we had this fun day for special children, Interfaith Fun Day, done in the Suchi building. Suchi is a very wealthy group in Suchi, I must say. Not like these idlers, no, we're very poor. Beautiful building they have. And we did this function, and the Suchi people had their own camera team, you know. And they did a beautiful video, and this is the video they sent to all of us after that event.
Malaysia is a multiracial and multicultural country with numerous mosques, Chinese temples, Indian temples all scattered around cities, towns and villages. Each religion has its own individual way of worshipping and recitation of prayers, which the word grateful. It is only through love and mutual respect for one another that a peaceful scenario could be established. Malaysia is a multiracial and multicultural country with numerous mosques, Chinese temples, Indian temples all scattered around cities, towns and villages. Each religion has its own individual way of worshipping and recitation of prayers, which the word grateful. It is only through love and mutual respect for one another that a peaceful scenario could be established. Although different religions uphold their own beliefs, thoughts of compassion and charity is still a similar phenomenon. As such, 6 major religious groups comprising of Islamic outreach, Buddhist Mahavihara, Hindus, Catholics, Christians, Malaysian food warriors and followers of Sai Baba join hands to organize this very special fun day on 17th August 2003 for our extra special children, that is, handicapped and underprivileged children in conjunction with the day counting. It was held in the compound of Naga Suchi. Total workforce consists of 755 volunteers, of which 159 are officials from 28 different organizations. In anticipation of delivering great weather, we must...
The children arrived. All of us has shown example to many countries of economic development, many things. We hope that it should be an example to other countries of all religions getting together to work together for the poor.
strange phenomenon in Malaysia. That is, people of different races they can work together and have it harmoniously. Community is no work together anymore. The main objective of this event is to get together all the religious groups in Malaysia, and also that we can work together for the benefit of the underprivileged.
Of different faith, race and culture together today for this special occasion.
All give one name today.
Let thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide.
That's Chief Minister Malacca. He's speaking the local Malay language. So let's become an example to the world for how people should unite. Then we, the senior guys now, we became the waiters, okay? Take the food around and serve the people that have, okay? And we are Santa Claus, the Chinese God, very well Christmas number here. We all the Chinese God of love. This is the deputy chief priest, now he's the chief priest. That guy is a doctor, he's a surgeon. Remember the size
Through their own heart, they can feel their happiness.
That's the Chinese God of wealth, giving some money, power.
People are playing games, Malay children play with Chinese children, Chinese children play with Indian children, all together.
That's some, you can recognize Muslims are very easy. And that's the after that the afternoon after lunch where they show all these children are in some way special children. Okay?
And before that, in this function itself, religious actually work together. And the feedback is the realization.
This is a Suchi group. Okay, this is not India. This is a Suchi group over there. Uniform. Look at the crowd. These are what you call children with autistic children. And I'm singing a song that all you guys are following. This is representative from Abin, the Islamic Movement. So this is not sitting in a conference room, and all sitting and getting up going home, okay? That was
To serve together, to work together, to serve the needs of the people. Especially people became the guest of honor. So that is very meaningful.
By the way, okay. We met the special children, the guest of honor. So the ministry came and said, you're not the guest of honor. Special children, you are honored guest by guest of honor. All of us came because of them, because we said.
But he did to be up.
那我们学校的李经理还再来了，因为很开心，真的，为什么这么开心？
And that's an artistic channel, okay, very cute girl. And now as they left the hall, we give all of them a gift, you know, whatever. got it. And all. It was an incredible day. Let me show you now. I will show you one more clip and I'm through with it, okay? This is, remember I told you the Interfaith Group, the FGIs, formed the Interfaith Orchestra. And this orchestra stunned the Vice Chancellor of the University of Malaya, our Premier University, to come to our function, the Lieutenant University. He saw that and he said, can you do the same thing in our university during the Freshie Orientation Week? There are 3,000 freshies in the hall when we presented the Friendship Group Orchestra. You'll see now all the religions, each of them is their own religion. Sikhs there, sing a Malaysian song. Sikhs, Chinese, the Chinese students, the Indian, the Christians, the Roman students, the Malays there. And that's the orchestra. Look at the crowd. 3,000 freshies packed in the hall. Now with the camera there is minister, okay? He's on video. The balcony on top you can see all filled. And after the first time we did it, the university asked us to come there 3 years running. Every year they asked us to come here and increase and work together. Dear friends, the orchestra played this We Are the World, you know, children's song We Are the World. And then they also played this song, all of you in case you know this. They played songs on different. So, Dada, do I finish my time? So dear friends, what the Interfaith Challenge we are doing in Malaysia now is focusing on 2 major themes now. Number 1, we are focusing on service in different dimensions. Medical camps, fun day for special children. Others are not doing it in a big scale. You can see the scale we're doing. The second thing we're focusing on is a topic that is the next major crisis facing the world. There are 2 major crises facing the world. One is about interfaith conflict, which 60 years ago was not there, now it's on us. Another major problem that's facing mankind today, 60 years ago was not there, what is it? It's the decline of respect and reverence for parents. Parents are the center of human life. Look at every religion says this. The Bible, 10 commandments. One of the commandments, not 10,000 commandments. One of the commandments, honor the father and mother. Islam, heaven lies at the feet of the mother. Hinduism, if you cannot worship the God you can see in front of you, your parents, how can you worship the formless God? Every religion talks about reverence of parents. But today, parents have been sidelined. You know, Singapore has passed a law. Singapore is a wealthy country and has passed a law where the parents can sue their children for neglecting them. They pass a commission. People say, which parent will sue their children for neglecting them? The first day the commission opened, 6 elderly Chinese parents, I was following the story, came to the commission office, and one mother said, my daughter prefers to feed the dogs rather than look after us. And before my Indian brothers here think, that Chinese, not Indian, not like that. Indian government has passed a law whereby the government can sue children who abandon parents. They take the parents far away to some big cultural function, or when they all grown, they go home. The parents are there and they come back, they know where to go. In China, one child policy. The government allows them to put their parents in orphanage home. But then when they leave them there, they don't come visit them. So Chinese can't pass the law. You must visit your parents twice a year. What a shame. What a shame on human consciousness. But two of the most ancient existing civilizations, Indian and Chinese, have to pass laws to bring back respect and reverence of parents. I pray that this will not happen in this country. And this is what we are now reaching out to the youth in Malaysia in a program called the Hope Agenda, HOPE. No more Father's Day, Mother's Day. You know what happens nowadays, dear friends? Once a year, Father's Day, Mother's Day. The boy or the son will write a card, dear Papa, I love you. And the poem written by someone else, he just can't write his own poem. And then, dear Mother, I love you. And then give a purse or a handkerchief or something to the parents. And the parents are crying, oh, my son loves me so much, He's giving me this Father's Day card, Mother's Day card. And you know what they do? They take the card, and they put the Father's Day card only for the benefit from the shopkeepers, okay? They put it on top of the television set. You know why? When guests come, they can show. My son sent me Father's Day card. My daughter sent me Mother's Day card. That's a nonsense. So we launched a program in Malaysia called the Hope Agenda, HOPE, Honor Our Parents Every Day. And this is, I think I have given some documents to Ravirudra. We have put Ministry of Education. We didn't ask them to go into all schools. And we had programs for the honoring parents in the kindergarten, in primary schools, secondary colleges, it was a massive affair. And we are pushing the agenda. This is what we're trying to do. Mauritius, we took the Hope Agenda to Mauritius. Mauritius people were so stunned. Go to Mauritius and see what's happening. You see 7 Hope monuments. What Hope monument? A huge 5-foot statue of father and mother blessing 2 children. And he says hope, all our parents are ready. Then below it says, seek your parents' blessing, whatever you do in life. So this is becoming a big thing, we are doing. So dear friends, I'm just sharing with you now. I'm not telling you a story of some philosophical thing. I'm sharing you an adventure we had now. Now, hopefully, New Zealand, all you wonderful people here, who talk about love, give a chance to get on the ground, moving. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you. So the $1 million question I was going to ask is, okay? $1 million question which I didn't ask. So $1 million question is this, as I finish this, I'm finishing up. So Father did not put a 0. How many of you feel that it will be useful to open informal interfaith friendship group here, chapter in this nation, supporting the good work already done by the New Zealand Interfaith Council, our president is here, and with the support of government, religious and community? How many feel such an effort? Show hands up, please. How many feel such an effort? What are doing? Oh, great. Everybody put up their hands. Including and so dear friends, beyond show of hands, beyond showing hands, how many of you would like to join hands to work on the ground on events as we have shown earlier, any other program you feel, okay? Hold on, hands up please. How many of you feel? Oh, fantastic. Okay. Dear friends, this is what we're doing. End of this program, at the back of the hall, when you arrived into the hall, you all filled up some registration things, okay? So what you do now, so please sign up that you want to become fundamentalists and extremists for peace, national unity, self-society, promoting highest human values society, okay? So he will tell you how Ravi will tell you how it's done. And that's it. Thank you very much, dear friends. God bless all of you, okay? Thank you. Ravi?
Jega. Once again, give him a big round of applause. I'll have him for 3 weeks tomorrow in New Zealand, and I think he's hardly slept. By the time we get used to the jet lag, he'll be going home tomorrow midnight. But thank you. He's been here, Fiji, Wellington, Hamilton, and various other places. So thank you for that, Sharon. Thank you all. Sorry we ran a bit behind time. So quickly, because as he said, it would be a waste of time if you only just came here and heard these wonderful speeches from all the lovely people. So you all agreed and you think there's something we can learn from each other. The great thing about all our groups is we have such resources available. We do a lot of good work individually, but imagine what we can do if we come together occasionally and put our hearts and minds together to do something good. So, the first thing is, because you got your names already entered there, so you can complete these forms, you have 3 options now. Find your name and find a pink highlighter which is there. if you want to be part of an informal friendship group, I want to stress on this. There is a formal interfaith council, okay? And we respect and acknowledge the tremendous work that they do. But this is where we informally come together as groups and we decide to do something to complement, the objectives of the Interfaith Council. So if you feel that you want to be part of an Interfaith Council, just go to your name and highlight it in pink. If you feel you're prepared, if you're invited to join an organizing task force for a specific activity. So we saw there are a range of activities that are possible that we can do. For example, we're currently talking with the North Shore City Council and the community centre there of the possibility of having, as the first interfaith friendship group event, a service program with special needs children. The council has already pledged, they're giving us 3 months, they want to put a deadline so that we don't sort of go back on this. They're happy to provide all the facilities free of charge. We need 4 things to make this happen. 1, a group of volunteers like yourselves and others who would come if it's for a good cause. Number 2, we have to find the recipients of the children. And here, we're not only looking at the special needs children, but we also want to acknowledge the good work done by the caregivers and the parents of these children. I think these people need to be acknowledged for the sacrifice that they make. The third thing is to come up with appropriate programs and activities that would make it special for these kids. It could be sports, fun activities, games, value, art, face painting, free food, lovely food. We got some wonderful food here. Thank you to the Suchi group for the best vegetarian food you could have. 4 contact, your temple, wonderful cafe. I bet a lot of you can do this as well. And the 4th thing is the facilities. So we got the facilities, we got the volunteers, part of you, but I'm sure you've got a lot of other people who will come in. What we need to do is to then, identify the meetings. New Zealand, there are certain compliances and health and safety issues that we have to meet, but I think each one of us knows somebody, because we want to, the council has offered us the North Shore Event Centre, which is a massive centre, and we can, so what we want to do is to get 300, 400 children, invite the caregivers and their parents, and have a lot of volunteers, okay? So if you would like to be part of an organizing task force as they had in Malaysia, please go to your name and put orange. Highlight it in orange. And the third, if you just say, look, just keep me informed, and if something fits in with, something, I would like to be informed and I could come and lend you a hand. So you got 3 options. We didn't give you a 4th option, which is nothing. So you got to find this. And sorry we did go a bit over time, but I want to thank you once again for your commitment on a Monday evening. And this was done in a relatively short time. I'm very grateful to all of you. And a very special thanks to my good friend here, Reverend Freddy Alwis, and the church here. This man has done a lot back in Sri Lanka for reconciliation, and I'm very grateful for his support.
Because you took time to come here, and Ravi and myself and a few others have been discussing throughout the last 2-3 weeks or months to get this thing done, actually. If you mark, as Brother Ravi said, we'll be in contact with you. Let's work together. Thank you, Ravi. I will thank Brother Ravi and Kalyani for all the hard work actually done. Let's give a round of applause.
Now ask Ravi to do the closing commentary on behalf of all of us.
Ia tātou katoa te atu whai o te tātou wale pēne i te reiti. E te whiwhinga tahi tanu i te wai o tapu. Pai mare re. Amen.